My first ride was actually with Ellie Beer 26 years ago. Adrenaline rush, fear, not knowing what you're going to see on the other end, lights, sirens, excitement. And when you get to the other end, you suddenly see there's a patient there. It's not a Hollywood movie. And you can make a real difference in their life. I got hooked. My name is Maisel, and I'm Director of International Operations for United Hatzalah, United Rescue. So United Hatzalah is a community-based emergency response volunteer organization. Traditional EMS services, emergency medical services, are based on ambulances either sitting in stations or street corners and responding to calls. United Hatzalah thinks from the bottom up, not from the top to the bottom. We're not a government organization or a municipal service that get a call, we're on the payroll, we need to come to the patient. It's people from the community wanting to help other people from the community. It's training normal, regular people, empowering them, giving them the tools and ability to save lives. A personal story that I went through years ago was after the birth of my first daughter. She was 3 days old. We had just gotten back from the hospital, setting up all excited at home, and suddenly the radio goes off, telling us that there was a bus bombing in the heart of Jerusalem. I told my wife, sorry, I have to run. Immediately I run out and drive as fast as I can to the scene. I pull up to the scene. It's a terrible bombing scene of a bus that blew up. We pull out our protocols and start working according to them, starting the scene survey, triage of patients. And as I come close to the bus, looking through the victims, I turn over one of the victims and I see it's my uncle. I for a minute there, I feel my blood leaving my head, literally, dropping from my head. And I remember Ellie Beer pulling me by the shoulder, turning me around, asking me what happened. And I just point down towards this person and I say, it's my uncle. And Ellie told me, leave the scene. And I said, no, that's not what we're here for. And I immediately took a deep breath and continued working according to our protocol, treating patients. I immediately found a child that was pulled out from the bus that was severely injured, and I treated him and we transported him to the hospital. Being the Director of International Operations brought me to face world-class disasters, bringing the capabilities of the volunteers in Israel to respond and treat disasters around the world. Whether it was Haiti in 2010, Japan with a tsunami and nuclear meltdown, and just recently Nepal, where we led a mission of 25 paramedics, search and rescue, and medics and doctors and medics to the scene of the earthquake in Kathmandu and the villages. My wife looks at me and says, you're always running in the wrong direction. You're always running to where people are running from. But I feel maybe it's an obligation. We have the ability, we have the knowledge, we have the experience. And people are people, no matter where in the world. It doesn't matter if it's in Israel, in Jerusalem, in Tel Aviv, or in Kathmandu. They need the help, and we're able to help them. So we do what we need to do. And we deployed for 2 weeks to Nepal and set up frontline emergency clinics treating hundreds of local Nepalese people. Volunteers are superheroes. Very simple. For the very simple reason that they're willing to forget about themselves, forgetting about their own life, their own family, drop everything and go for someone they don't even know. Does my job ever really end? No. Job never ends. As long as accidents are going to be happening, children are going to be choking, and people are going to be ill, unfortunately our job will never end. And that's why we're there, and that's why 3,000 United Hatzalah superheroes are in the community.